Do you believe in God or do you struggle with the concept of a creator? Listen to Neal deGrasse Tyson as he discusses about his questions about God. And I want to discuss that afterwards and take apart some of his thoughts. It's really important. Listen in, folks.
Do you believe in God?
Me?
The creator?
Yeah. So I'm the more I look at the universe, just the less convinced I am that there is something benevolent going on. So if your concept of a creator is someone who's all powerful and all good, that's not an uncommon pairing of powers that you might ascribe to a creator. All powerful and all good. And I look at disasters that afflict Earth and life on Earth: volcanoes, hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, disease, pestilence, congenital birth defects. You look at this list of ways that life is made miserable on Earth by natural causes. And I just ask, how do you deal with that? So philosophers rose up and said, if there is a God, God is either not all powerful or not all good. I have no problems if, as we probe the origins of things, we bump up into the bearded man. If that shows up, we're good to go. Okay? Not a problem. There's just no evidence of it. And this is why religions are called faiths, collectively, because you believe something in the absence of evidence. That's what it is. That's why it's called faith. Otherwise, we would call all religions evidence, but we don't, for exactly that reason. So I'm given what everyone describes to be the properties that would be expressed by an all-powerful being in the gods that they worship. I look for that in the universe and I don't find it. So I remain unconvinced. But if you've got some good evidence, bring it, bring it, bring it. Okay? And so I don't lead with that information because what I believe should be irrelevant to anyone. It's not about me. It's about the real world.
I like his honesty and I like some of the things that he said. Let's take it apart a bit. First of all, there's no bearded guy up there. I'm the bearded guy down here. Of course, God has got no physicality to him. Let's understand, is it a faith? Is it something rational? We have to take and divide two things: God as creator and God in his benevolence and his goodness. So God as creator, I think that's more of a simple task. You see a building, you know that there's an architect, there's a builder to the building. You see a well put together piece of poetry, you have no doubt that there is someone who wrote the poetry. You see a universe, that should tell you of the beauty of the universe, that there is an architect, there is a creator of that universe. So that's God as creator, which we can go into more, but we'll leave that for now. But then there is something that is about God's goodness. And how could there be if there's so many disasters in the universe and in our world? And with that, I would say that yes, that's a faith that God is all good. But that faith, I think, comes deep down in our soul. Don't we believe that good people deserve good things? Where does that come from? Why should we, deep down in our soul, sense that? It's because we are created by God. We're a part of, we have a piece of God in us. And just as God is all good, so we in our gut, which I call soul, believe good people deserve good things. So it's a faith thing, but that faith thing is deep in us, not outside of us. That we really believe in goodness and good people deserve good things. Hey, disasters prove the opposite. My point being that it's deeply part of our psyche or deeply part of our soul. And for me, that's called faith. That's called an evidence, but from within. And furthermore, on that point, there's a Talmudic story about the famed Rabbi Akiva, who lived in the 2nd century, the Roman leader of Judea, came to him and said, if God is so perfect, why do you circumcise yourself? Why did he not make you circumcised? So he came back to him and he said, here's some wheat, and here is a cake. If God is so perfect, why didn't he make the cake? Why did he only make the wheat? So he said, the reason is because we're here to partner with God in this world. So God gives us the resources, but in the end, we have to make from the wheat. We have to make a piece of bread so we can break bread in friendship, in celebrating a holiday, and we can make a nice birthday cake for someone. In other words, God gives us from the spiritual, he makes physical, and we make from the physical something spiritual, something wholesome and beautiful in this world. And that way we partner with God. So does that fully explain disasters? No, but that explains why there's the haves and the have-nots, because the haves should give to those that don't have. Because if everybody had, there wouldn't be kindness. We wouldn't be able to emulate God and to be like him, to do good. That is a deeper understanding of God and the true goodness of God. What greater good could God do for us than to emulate him? So he creates a world that's incomplete so we could complete it and make it better. Thank you, God, for that.